it's me again. So look, today I'm coming to you guys with 4 things that you can do to overcome your fear of writing, okay? And I'm going to talk about some ways that the fear presents itself. And then we're going to talk about some techniques you can use to get over it. If you don't know who I am, my name is T Styles. I own and operate the Cartel Publications, as well as the Elite Writers Academy, where I teach people how to build their book businesses through story structure, marketing, and publishing. My focus now is being geared directly on publishing right now because I want to make sure that my clients have all the tools necessary to earn an income from what it is that we do. So if you are interested in that, the best thing to do is become a part of the Elite Writers Academy, and the link is in the bio. Okay, so I'm going to give you some tips. And the reason why this comes up is since I've been doing teaching and coaching, I want to say it's been like 2 years now, I come across a lot of mad talented people. They're very talented individuals. They understand a brief overview of what it is they want to write about, but they are paralyzed with fear. So they allow whether their mental play to come in to the picture to stop them. In other words, I'm not going to be good enough. This is going to be dumb. All the forms that it may take. Or they allow outside influences or what they assume will happen when they release the book. So I want to come to you first and say this. I have been writing since 2006. And I have run the gamut of all kinds of responses from people in and around my life, and even my readership, your fan base. And there is no way around that. Whenever you are creating, you're entering into a co-creative relationship between you and the person who's receiving your content. And in this case, we're talking about books. So whenever you are co-creating, you are going to run into people who are not feeling you. And then that's okay. So I want to say that first before I go over these tools, because I think if we understand that and you really feel me on that, that will alleviate a lot of the pressure you feel to try and accommodate everybody. Okay. So I just wanted to say that it goes nowhere. The difference is pushing past it to make sure that you move closer to your goal. So the first thing the way that fear presents itself is you don't know where to start. So you're actually afraid, but you tell yourself you don't know where to start. That's what I'm saying. So how can you overcome that? One of the first things you want to do is set a time to write. The reason why this is so effective is whenever you set a time to write, you are conditioning yourself to know that at this particular time, I'm going to make a space for my creative process, okay? And so when this happens, your mind will give you all of the wonderful tools and ideas that you need to see your book through. Think about it. You have full-time jobs. A lot of you have full-time jobs, or you have really busy businesses. And you, in a lot of cases, don't even need alarm clocks half the time. You just happen to get up because you know that it's time to get up. Your body is conditioned with that. That's going to be the same thing that happens with your book world when you finally make it a point to do this, okay? So setting a time will help the creativity flow. Also, set a count. So whether it be a word count, I'm going to get 1,500 words, or 2 or 3 pages. Make sure you set that count and make it realistic. Yes, most of us will want to be able to do 2,000 words every day for a month or what have you. But if you know that you have a really busy lifestyle, you have a big family, you have big responsibilities, then you're not going to always meet that goal. One of the things I do at the Elite Writers Academy, we have an accountability call. I created this digital planner for them that they have to fill out every week, and then they do everything that they need to do on this planner. So it'll be between writing, marketing, publishing. I have it listed out for them so that they need to just conquer what it is they have to do. And the reason why this is so effective is by setting a time and then also doing a count and sticking to that. They're telling themselves that they're going to do it, and the goal is realistic. Realistic is a big part of it. Doing big word counts and then not doing that, all you're going to do is let yourself down. But the beauty is that when you do it this way, say it's a goal of 3 pages a day and you're feeling good one day, and now you can do 8 or 9 pages. You are already ahead in the game, so that if something happens on one of those days, you are not behind. So I just wanted to say that, because a lot of people are getting so confused and they making unrealistic goals and they're saying forget it. Okay, so the next way fear presents itself is I will be rejected. So it's fear, but you're telling yourself, if I put this book out, I'm going to be rejected. I'm going to say this. First of all, you don't want to listen to that voice, and you want to make sure that you move forward anyway on your goal. But I also want to do this. You're not going to be for everybody. And I want to say that because a lot of writers don't understand that. Me, myself, I am an urban fiction, psychological thriller with a slash of fantasy type of writer. You never know, in a lot of cases, what you're going to get with my books until you actually trust me and take the journey. But those of my readership who have been with me for the longest get that, and they 9 times out of 10 enjoy the ride. But I may not be on brand for some people. That's fine. I've been doing this for so long now that I know that the people who are really on brand for me connect with my form of storytelling, and then so we have a continuous relationship. And that would be the same thing for you. Start paying attention to the books that you really enjoy, the movies you enjoy, the stories that you enjoy. Don't go with what's already popular, because popularity wanes and it changes, and you'll always find yourself trying to run and catch up with what's happening next, and you're going to feel frustrated. So that's not how you want to go about this business. You want to be your truest self. If you are dark, then be dark in your books. Be dark in your content when you're online, when you're connecting with your readership. If you are funny, show that, but show that consistently, and that way people know what to expect. I did a joke earlier today on Clubhouse where I was saying, not making yourself available to everybody is like somebody coming to me on my Instagram. On Instagram, I gear my content directly towards writers with a slash of my readership. My readership, big readership, is mainly over in Facebook world. So my main focus is teaching writers how to build their book empires over there. Okay, so now imagine if I'm doing that, I'm doing movies, I'm doing how to raise a baby, I'm doing how to bake potatoes. It's going to confuse people. Yes, you can have a splash of that every now and again, but for the majority of the time, they should feel consistency in what it is that you do on your social media platforms, and definitely in your writing. Okay, so when you're talking about being rejected, rejection can be good if you're rejecting people who are not for you. Your responsibility is to stay the course and wait for your people to come and trust that they will. Next thing is, I can't finish my book. This is a form of fear, okay? And what I would say to that is to write every day. Stay in the zone when you write. So you don't want to set up this time and space to write and then have somebody tap you on your shoulder and then now you have lost focus. It is very important for you that when you are setting aside this time to write your work, that you're giving all of your attention to this, okay? Because when you do this, you're not going to have a problem if you can't finish, because you are giving all of your time to that, okay? Also, you can do things like join a writing group. Writing groups are amazing. Join a challenge. For instance, this month in September on the 19th, we are doing how to write a book in 7 days without writing. There's going to be a group of people who are participating in that. So it's going to be fun. You know, you're not going to be alone. It's based off of my video course, How to Write a Book in 7 Days Without Writing. So if you want to be interested in that, the link is in the bio. But the reason why this works is, oftentimes when you are forced to do things on your own, you don't always have the motivation to do it. So writing groups and challenges really help motivate you. Think about when you're at a concert. You know, of course you can listen to your favorite music at home, but there's something about being around people who's also feeling that song and that artist that just really drives you. It's the same thing. Creativity loves inspiration. It loves people who are also creative, and it does amazing things for your work, okay? The next thing is, my writing skills are poor, okay? I want to first say something before we talk about writing skills being poor. Make sure you aren't referring to your first draft when you're judging yourself. The first draft is always trash. I've been writing since 2006. I have written 92 books. My 92nd book, Treason, just dropped. And I have always written a trash-filled first draft. So you can't compare your first draft to writers who've been out there. There are so many people who have touched that book, okay? So allow that first draft to be trash, okay? But what you can do to make sure that you are not writing just trash even after the first draft is to listen to your editor. If you have an editor who is really helping you build and mold your work, take notes, but make sure that you apply that for the next book, because remember, you're only as good as your next book. So you shouldn't be putting all of your attention into the one book without any attention being focused for the next book. Okay, so take what it is that they're telling you. Make sure you adapt that into your writing and then go towards the next book, okay? And put into practice what you are learning and be consistent. Continuously write. When you continuously write, you're not going to run into a situation where you are feeling that your writing skills are poor, because you know your writing is not poor. You've done this a while. My very first book, Rainbow Heart, is nothing near what I've done with Treason or Silence of the Nine or any of those books that came later. I'm a whole different writer. So I got that way by continuously writing, listening to my editors, learning my craft and making sure that I'm focusing on the focal points that I need to get my story going. I really hope this helps. And I hope that you understand that you can do this. Do not allow fear to stop you. One of the things that we talked about today in Clubhouse, someone had a great question was, do you think it's a trait that some people actually let fear pause them? So they are afraid of something and then they stop. Or, why is it that some people are able to just jump out there? I want to tell you that everybody who has done anything great has had a level of fear. Unless something happened in the brain, whether they had some kind of illness, or something like that, then they have had some kind of fear. First of all, they're coming out of their comfort zone. So you got to deal with that in and of itself. So they've dealt with some kind of fear. The difference is the entrepreneurs who are prolific, who are building these businesses, they understand that that's a part of it and they don't allow it to stop them. In other words, yes, I'm afraid, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm famous for that. There are still artists who get on stage who are fearful when they first get on the stage. This is one of the reasons why Beyonce created her alter ego, Sasha Fierce. So it happens. The thing is, are you going to allow fear to cripple you to the point of not achieving the thing that you want? Okay, that's what we're talking about here. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you had a great time. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to join the Elite Writers Academy. If you need more work, let me help you. And at the very least, join that challenge. You will get that book done. All right. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.